I'm making my 5-spice turkey with sweet and sour glaze, which has wonderful, warming Chinese flavors in the brine and a beautiful sheen from the sticky glaze. I've gotten a jump start on dry brining my turkey. Dry brining is the way to go no matter what kind of turkey you're making. All it means is that you season it all over, stick it in the refrigerator overnight. At a bare minimum, you've got to use salt, but I've also added sugar and Chinese 5-spice. Before I stick it in the oven, I'll stuff its cavity with some good stuff. I've got some sliced mandarin oranges, an onion, some ginger. I didn't even peel it since I'm just using it to infuse the flavor, and fresh bay leaves and thyme for herby notes. Now that the cavity is stuffed, I'll truss the legs. Before it goes in the oven, I'll brush it with half a stick of butter, and I'll infuse the butter with 5-spice to drive home that 5-spice flavor. You should never skimp on the butter on Thanksgiving. I'm smelling that cinnamon. I love cinnamon in a savory application. So I'll brush this butter all over the turkey. This will help the skin crisp up and just infuse it with richness. Now to help keep this bird juicy and moist, I'll pour 2 cups of low sodium chicken stock in the bottom of my roasting pan. I'll stick this into the oven at 350 degrees for about 2 hours until a thermometer stuck between the deepest part between the leg and the breast registers 145 degrees.
Ugh, that's a big bird.
To get my turkey turned up to a 10, it's glaze time. I'll start with some ketchup. It's sweet and bright and acidic. 1/3 of a cup right into my saucepan. And I'll combine it with 1/3 of a cup of apricot jam, 1/3 of a cup of pineapple juice for more sweetness, a tablespoon of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. It'll balance out all of the sweetness nicely. A tablespoon of soy sauce for saltiness, more 5-spice, and some salt. Oh, and ginger. Can't forget ginger. Ginger and 5-spice are like opposites. One of them is bright and zingy. The other is dark and cozy. I'll whisk this together and just heat it up and allow it to reduce until it's thick and saucy. It's basically a 5-spice barbecue sauce. This is thickened and saucy. I'll reserve half, which I'll use later for a sauce for serving with the bird. And I'll get the turkey out. Brace my ab muscles.
Yep.
Oh, it smells good. The skin is starting to get crisp. It is important to note that this turkey is not fully cooked yet. I'll brush it lavishly all over with this sauce. I'm not looking to use up all of the glaze because I will brush it one more time before it's done cooking. Before I stick it back in the oven, I'll pour in another cup of my low sodium chicken stock to keep that meat moist. Now back in she goes. It'll go for about 30 to 45 more minutes until the internal temperature is 165 degrees. And halfway through, I'll give it another brushing of glaze. It's almost turkey time. My turkey has been resting for 30 minutes. The skin looks magnificent. I know what bite I'm gonna be taking first. And now I'll just plate it up. Okay. Oop. Sticks the landing. Time to accessorize. I've got some orange wedges, which I'll nestle in, and some fresh scallions and cilantro. Even though these aren't actually in the turkey, the flavors complement the 5-spice so well. I'm liking where this is going. Finish with a pinch of flaky salt, and I think that this Chinese Thanksgiving is complete. It is time to eat.